So, lads, today I'm going to be talking about one of the rookies that are coming into the WNBA, Dominique Malonga. Obviously, maybe one of the most hyped rookies all around. And I cannot stress this enough when I say this. Like, I made my video yesterday when I was ranking teams off seasons, and I was purely looking at it from how they're going to do this season. I wasn't looking at it, say, like the Connecticut Sun, you could argue they're long term in a better position now than they were had they just gone out with the best team possible. But like, you would normally rank the winners and losers in the off season based on current. But yes, I think I had stayed put because I think Seattle are still going to be the fifth seed. They were the fifth seed last year. And all I'm going to say is that obviously, Dominique Malonga alone makes the Seattle Storm winners. So Dominique Malonga just put up 21 and 13 points in the playoffs for Asvel. Like, Asvel are coming, like, she's coming into these games and she is absolutely dominating. She is dominating in a league that there are WNBA level players everywhere. I'm not saying there are WNBA players everywhere because there's not that many in the French league anymore, just because of weird prioritization rules. But this was the highest quality league outside of the WNBA last year. Like, the Turkish league now is, but a year ago was the French league. The French league has got WNBA level players everywhere. Like, if you're looking, like, none of the French teams did exceptionally well in EuroLeague and Eurocup because no WNBA players, because prioritization rules can really play in France anymore. But if you look the year before, what was it? Oh, I blanked on their name. But Rashad Mazian used to coach them. Carlo Leite plays for them. I just blanked on their name. They won Euro Cup. They were in the Euro League final last year. They made the Euro League final. And now obviously they won Euro Cup this year. Dominique Malonga's Asvel team went out in Euro Cup and got to the semi-final, and they would have made the final if not for a Claire Amelia, shout out the Irish, a Claire Amelia masterclass in the first leg of the semi-finals, which realistically was the greatest game ever played by an Irish basketball player. It took that type of a game to knock out Dominique Malonga and her team, and to act like Dominique Malonga wasn't even good in that game is wrong. And Dominique Malonga was fantastic in leg 2. And you're looking at a player who, I'm not joking when I say this, every time I watch her play, she gets better. And I remember saying this was like, I remember messaging, I can't remember who it was. Actually, no, sorry, it was. I remember messaging Hunter Cruz like 3 months ago. Just that we were talking about draft prospects. And I was basically like, no, man, Malonga's number one on my board. Malonga's number one on my board. This was at like Christmas. I'm like, no, I have got Malonga number one. Just because of what she's been doing. Because she started off this year really well, then had a bit of a blip, and then she's finishing the year on fire. Like, she's going to come in as a rotation piece. Like, a lot of people are saying, oh, she's going to be in Rookie of the Year conversations. She's not going to be. But I don't know what happened. What is this thumbs up showing for you guys? I have no idea. But either way, when it comes to Dominique Malonga, I'm not joking when I say this. This is what you have to take into account for when it comes to taking a rookie. And is Dominique Malonga better than Paige Bueckers right now? No. Is Dominique Malonga going to be better than Paige Bueckers in year 2? No, but it's going to be closer. In year 3, is Dominique Malonga going to be better than Paige Bueckers? Maybe. In year 4, is Dominique Malonga going to be better than Paige Bueckers? And if you say yes, Dominique Malonga in year 4 is going to be 22 years old. Paige Bueckers in year 4 is going to be 26 years old. So that's the thing. By year 4, Dominique Malonga is hitting her prime. By year 5, Dominique Malonga is the age Paige is right now. Dominique Malonga has got 4 or 5 years to get to that level. And barring injury, I don't see a scenario where she doesn't. I really don't. I do not see a scenario where Dominique Malonga does not reach all-star level player by year 5. And if she reaches all-star level by year 5, she's the same age as Paige Bueckers is right now. Which is why if teams made decisions based on basketball, Dominique Malonga would be the number 1 overall pick. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And the Seattle Storm getting off Jewel Lloyd for a player who, yes, is not going to start this year, but what happens in 2 years' time when Nneka Nwumeke retires? You've then got potentially this year a solid bench option. She's better than Leah Rue right now. Solid bench option year 1. Year 2, she becomes one of the best bench players in the league. And actually, there is a possibility that you can run weird lineups that she could start in year 2 at the 3. If you have her at the 3, Magbor at the 5, and Nneka at the 4, she could come in at the 3, and that would be a really good lineup. So obviously that's a possibility. And you've then got a situation where you've got then her going into year 3 when Nneka probably retires, the best front court and the best 4-5 combo in the WNBA of Ezi Magbor and Dominique Malonga. Because both of them can spread the floor. Both of them are freakishly athletic. Both of them have freakishly good length. Both of them are good shot blockers. Both of them are athletic. Like, Ezi Magbor is the most underrated center in the WNBA. Like, you can make the argument. Let's just, for argument's sake, A'ja Wilson plays power forward. Yes, her best position is center. She plays power forward for the Aces. Let's put her in power forward category. If you are talking about centers, players that play center in most of the minutes, you've got obviously Aaliyah Boston's in the conversation. Brittany Griner is still in that conversation. But I think Ezi Magbor is better than both of them. Jonquel's the best, obviously. Jonquel is the best center in the WNBA by quite a bit. But after Jonquel Jones, is it Ezi Magbor? Maybe. And then you've got a player who by year 3 might be better than Ezi Magbor, who's bigger than Ezi Magbor, more athletic than Ezi Magbor, shoots better than Ezi Magbor. Her coming in at the 4 beside Ezi. Like, it's going to be scary for the Storm. Like, I actually did think her best fit was the Mystics, because I was like, the Mystics, if the Mystics get her, they're going to find a way to make her start. They're going to try stuff out. They're going to do weird, like, freaking Kurt Rambis at the Knicks type things, where, was it Kurt Rambis that was playing Porzingis at the 3 as a rookie and just kind of like getting her to figure it out? Like, I think you can play her at the 3. I'm not joking when I say that. You can play her at the 3. Is she going to be good at the 3? No. But you can play her in the Katie Lou role. Like, is she any worse at handling the ball than Katie Lou Samuelson? No. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, this for me is a home run. Like, Malonga going back. By the way, she literally goes to the draft. She makes sure she's at the draft, gets drafted 2, then immediately does a workout with the Seattle Storm. And then right after that workout, goes back to France, then has 1 day rest between getting off a 10-hour flight and playing ball. And then she immediately goes in as 21-13 in a playoff setting. Like, that is not an easy thing to do. That shows that there's a player, that shows a lot of things. It shows, again, it shows her drive. It shows her willingness to play, because she could have, after getting drafted by the Storm, she could have very easily ripped up that contract. Or she could have did what Juste Jacite did and just not came over for the draft. Jacite went top 5. So, like, she could have just not came over for the draft and focused on the playoffs. But she was able to go over the draft, come back, and still put on this performance. Like, that's so difficult to do. And again, it's just one of those things where if you are not high on Dominique Malonga, you should be high on Dominique Malonga. This is a player who could be the greatest player of all time. And I saw, I was watching, I can't remember, I think, was it Locked On WNBA podcast, where they were talking about Malonga and Paige. And they were like, they think this is going to be one of those situations. They called it being one of these situations that Malonga is like drafting Michael Jordan. Paige is like getting Hakeem Olajuwon. That no one's going to say, why did you take Paige? Just like nobody's going mad at the Rockets for not taking Jordan. Even though with Ralph Sampson, Jordan was the perfect fit. But Hakeem was that good that, Rockets are happy with that. Paige is going to be that good that the Wings are going to be happy with that. But the team that passed on Malonga, you might have passed on the greatest player of all time. Genuinely. She might be the greatest ever. So anyway, that's the video. See you guys.